What up? It's episode number 2 of the Shrunken Survival Guide with me, the Tiny Pirate, the true life Shrunken Survivalist, showing you how to build a work shed in Grounded. Let's go.
Whoa, I'm not just small, I'm tiny. This is freaking awesome!
And here we go. We're waking up. It's the second day shrunk, and before I went to bed, I put an aphid on the roaster there and roasted it so I would have some breakfast in the morning when I woke up. And as you can see, I got my breakfast in, and now I got my health or my food meter full. I'm no longer hungry. And I'm going to pick up some items because you always want to be picking stuff up in this game. So you have all the stuff you need to build better stuff, because that's what it's all about. In case you missed the first episode, it's all about finding stuff and building stuff so that you can find stuff and build better stuff to beat the bugs, to bash the bugs, because then you can build stuff with the bug parts that's the best stuff. So that's what it's all about. But as you can see, today we are building a work shed because it's only my second day, tiny like this, and I don't have anywhere comfortable to really do any of my work. You know, I like to draw, I like to edit videos, I like to record voiceovers, I like to provide commentary and entertaining quality for all you Grounded fans out there. So I needed a little work shed, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build a work shed. And if you need to know how to build a work shed, well, you can go ahead and watch how I build a work shed, and then you can build your own. But it's the morning time, and every morning, in case you all didn't know, I endorse Puncho brand juice box. They don't endorse me, but I endorse them as a shrunken survival utility for anyone who's been miniaturized. Because if you wake up in the morning and you need something to drink, you can head over to a Puncho brand juice box. And if you're lucky, you might even find something as sweet and wonderful, as new as a fresh drop of dew on a piece of grass, as I just did. But now I'm going to chop down this dandelion because I need some wood. And wood comes from the dandelions, believe it or not. And it's called weed stems because wood is too large for us. It's because we're small. So we can't chop down trees and stuff. But we can chop down weeds and dandelions. And for those of you who do not know, if you are carrying stuff on your shoulders because you're constructing some sort of work shed, and you jump in the water, you will drop all of that stuff, and it will sink to the bottom in some cases. So don't jump in the water when you're carrying stuff. Shrunken pro tip. But anyway, I'm taking this stuff over here where I plan to construct my little work shed, because right here at the spawn point, this is the first field station that you will encounter in the game, I like to build a little work shed that I can use for people who spawn into my world if they need to build stuff or if they want to find stuff, because I'm planning to build a little main street here. In fact, I'm planning to build a lot of stuff in the Grounded early access world. And you all are going to come along for the journey. So stay tuned. And if you want to see the journey, if you want to see this backyard be transformed from your typical normal backyard into a miniature metropolitan area, well then, you should consider subscribing to my channel, because I'll be uploading more episodes here of the Shrunken Survival Guide and how I construct a massive miniature metropolitan city. Anyway, we're chopping down grass because that's what you gotta do, and we're gonna speed it up because you all don't just need to see me chop down grass. You all know how to chop down grass. You're small, you know what it's like. You gotta chop, 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 you know, and down it comes. Just like a tree, but it's not. It's grass. You usually cut it with a lawnmower, and it takes, you know, real quick to chop up a lot of it, but now it takes, you know, 3 to 6 strikes with a miniature pebblet axe to take one down. One at a time. But as you can see, now I'm building, and I'm trying to figure out which way I'm going to set it, because I don't want the ants to get underneath of it. Because sometimes the ants get underneath of your scaffolding, and they're annoying because they get stuck there, and they start stealing stuff out of your crates, and it's not cool. It's not cool, ants. Don't do that. So there's my foundation. I considered making it bigger, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, they grabbed the wood. We used the wood to build the scaffolding. There you go. You got a nice little base to start yourself with. You want to make sure you gather enough resources so that you can plop this stuff down. Otherwise, grass might grow up where you're planning to build. So make sure you lay a foundation which will prevent the grass from growing where you've laid the foundation. It might grow right next to it, though, so just be ready for that. Anyway, now I'm going to put a door on, and then I'm going to put some walls on, and I'm going to make it a proper little work shed, because that's what you need to be able to protect yourself. And for those of you who are unaware, since the recent update, a wolf spider does patrol in this area every few nights. I've encountered it quite often, and I'm glad I've begun building my miniature city because, you know, it's sort of like a scary sci-fi movie, and I'm running through the streets of my little city, and there's a giant spider chasing me. Except it's reversed. I'm the one in the spider's world now. It's not in my world. I'm just turning its world into my world by building little miniature buildings there for everyone that comes to say, hey, look, it's a little city. But not now. Not now. Now it's not even a work shed, because that's what we're building, the very first structure of Tiny Pirate's miniature city. And that is the work shed, where I will construct many tools and many weapons and many pieces of armor to aid me on my shrunken miniature adventures into the future. Here we go, building the floor. For those of you who don't know how to build the floors, you should probably go check out my first episode, where I will show you how you learn how to build floors and stairs so you can build multi-story buildings. Wouldn't that be fun? If you don't know how to build them and you're like, how do I build stuff? Why am I wasting my time building stuff right now when I can't even build floors or scaffolding? Well, that's because you got to beat the story mode. You got to beat the, 45-minute story mode. And this ant, I thought it was going to rip down my fort, but it's really just going after this weevil. And I was like, yep, there it goes, and back to work. Because that's what you do when you don't got time. There all the ants go, back in the background, chasing the weevil. There goes another one. There's an ant hive, or an ant hill, relatively close, about 90 centimeters off in that direction, the direction I'm facing, not anymore, the direction I was facing. You know what this game really needs? Just a shrunken pro tip to the grounded development team. It needs a radar wheel in the top so we can tell whether we're looking north, south, east, or west. That would be very beneficial, just for navigational purposes or for, I don't know, trying to explain to other people your direction or which direction a giant spider is chasing you from, so they can prepare themselves on the ramparts with the bows and arrows. I'm bringing the spider in. Prepare yourselves, and everyone rushes to get ready for that because it's scary. That's not happening now. Now we're building a nice work shed. We don't have any ramparts to hide behind. I don't have a shrunken crew to prepare for the spiders. It's just me. So I just run and hide and hope they don't find me. Or try to climb on top of something and shoot them with arrows because they don't know how to climb stuff yet. Could you imagine if Spider-Man didn't know how to climb? Like his only power was the web swings, but he couldn't climb. Like imagine that. That's what the spiders are like in this universe. Spider-Man got bit by a spider in the grounded universe, he wouldn't have very much powers. All his enemies would just climb up on top of small 2-story buildings and be like, you can't get me anymore. And he'd be like, I can't. I'll just sit here now. You can shoot arrows at me. Yep, that's grounded universe Spider-Man. That's why you don't see a Spider-Man toy around, I guess, because Spider-Man's not cool in grounded universe 1990. For those of you who are unaware, the story is taking place in the year 1990. And that's interesting, I guess, Some people have been commenting, I've seen on the intertubes. That's what I call the internet. All the social networks combined are the intertubes. And what I've been seeing on the intertubes is that people are like, hey, the gas price is only like $1.90 on the gas station that you can see over the fence. What's the deal with that? And it's like, well, in the 1990s, gas was like $1.90. So yeah, that's accurate. And actually, on some of the juice boxes, you can see that they expire in the year 1989 and the year 1990. So they've been back in this backyard for quite some time because I imagine it is the year September or is the month of September in the year 1990 at the start of the story of Grounded. But we'll have to wait to find out if I am correct. If it is the future and you are watching this video now, leave in the comments a comment like, you were wrong, or maybe I was right. We'll find out. let me know, future people, future viewers, if you watch this video. Anyway, we're still building it. The work shed. I built the walls. I built the door. I built the floor. And now I'm building the roof. Because you need a roof in case it rains. It doesn't rain yet in the game, but they say it might rain someday. So best to build a roof now. And a floor. Although, if the world floods, that building back there is only like maybe 3-4 centimeters tall. So if it floods any more than that, and there's already a puddle here, like a permanent puddle that never goes away. So just a little bit more water here, and I feel like this is a flood zone. But if you were normal size, you wouldn't notice it. It would just be soggy ground. But, you know, you're small size now, so. Raw science. Here goes. The announcer. The PvP announcer. Soon he's going to be like, you know, you get like a 3-kill streak. He's going to be like, you know, epic. Or something like that. Legendary. You pick up a cool item. He just does that. That would be cool. You think that would be cool? If you think that would be cool, leave me a like. If you don't think that would be cool, leave me a like. Let me know in the comments why you don't think that would be cool, or why you do think that would be cool. Some people tell me the announcer sounds scary. I don't know. Maybe everything sounds scary when you're that small. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is it scary? I think it's scary. Sometimes. Sometimes it's fun. Right now it's fun building this little grass house. This is fun. You know, I'm not scared right now. There's no scary insects trying to eat me. Spiders jumping around. No grubs digging near me. The grubs are the scariest. That noise they make when they dig through the ground. I mean, they're harmless. They'll run from you. But the sound they make is scary. It scares me. It's the scariest sound in the game, actually. And they even changed it with the most recent update, but it's still scary. But the most important part of the workshed, once you have it built, you want to build a little light so that you can see at night in case you're running from a spider and you want to find out where your hiding place is, and there's the light. Oh, you got to get in there. Hide. So you see the light in the window, but you want to build the workbench. And then you want to build, this is the whole reason I built the workshed, actually, because my inventory was full. You want to build some storage crates. And you can always build 2 levels, like a little shelf almost. And you can put 2 storage crates sort of on top of each other, which doubles your storage capacity instantaneously. It's like magic, but it's not. You're just building the floor, but you have more storage space at the same spot. You know, it doesn't take up any space, and that's important to you when you built a little storage shed. You don't, you know, it's a little work shed. You don't want it to be too cramped. So if you can get 2 storage boxes on top of each other, you got to do that. You got to think smart. You're small now. You got to outwit the environment. The environment is your enemy. It truly is PvE now. Like PvE to an extent unimaginable. And there's my work storage unit, my work shed. And it is late in the afternoon, so I'm hungry, and I'm going to cook some gnat. That's actually not very good. A true life shrunken pro tip. Not the best of meals that you could get. Aphid is good. Very good. Delicious. I know that might upset some of those aphid fans out there that think they're just the most adorable little things ever. Okay. They're also delicious. Very delicious. If you're shrunken and you run across some, I encourage you, make an aphid roast. It's pretty good. See, now I'm just thinking about it. I'm going to have to go get some later. Anyway, we got to keep recording this voiceover because now we're going to speed up here because the storage shed is almost complete. I'm building a fence, building a little miniature backyard inside of the backyard of my miniature storage shed. And I'm going to put some thistle needles in that fence there to hold it together. And the fence is made of acorns, in case you were wondering. In case you were like, what's that fence made of? Well, it's made of acorns. Acorn shells, to be precise. And some pieces from the acorn top, too, actually, are mixed in there as well. It's quite well crafted, if I do say so myself, with the thistle needles acting as the nails. Now I got to get this grass out of the way because it's in my way. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get the plant fiber. Turn the plant fiber into woven fiber, which has been named crude rope now. We'll see if it gets another name change. Other things are getting name changes. Who knows if they'll even be the same by the time the game comes out. We'll never know. You could look back on this. Maybe you're watching this in the future time and you're like, why did it suggest this old video to me? If you are in the future time and you're watching this and you're like, wow, that's what it used to be called. That's what it was like in the early access. Here's what it was before I knew what it was. Yeah, this is what it was like. Here it is. You build a little plank. You put your little grass on it. You're like, yeah, there it is. Putting the grass on it. Climb up there. Get some grass. Put it on there. Find some more. Put it on your plank. Because that's how you store your grass. And you want to build a fence around it so that the bugs don't come and break it. Because they won't just necessarily come and break it for no reason. Unless you really make the ants mad. If you make the ants mad, they will attempt to destroy your base. And you along with it. But I've never seen an insect for no reason just attack your base. Just an FYI. Not yet. Anyway. But anyway, it's nighttime now. And when it's nighttime in this game, I just go to sleep and sleep till morning. Because when you're asleep, nothing can hurt you. That's the rules of the grounded universe. Even though a spider sometimes walks literally right along this little path right here. Right past me where I'm sleeping. It won't eat me if I'm sleeping. It's like, oh, there's no it's like the Predator, I guess. You know, the Predator from the movie, The Predators. You know, it has to be some sport in it, or they won't bother with it. It's like, oh, I don't just want a free meal. I want it to fight back. I want it to chase. You know, they hunt you down with their heat vision. They shoot their plasma casters at you. You gotta look out. Spiders are deadly. But anyway, I'm building a few more planks in the nighttime. This is what I do sometimes at nighttime. I like to build a little bit into the night, depending on how much food and water I have in my system, and depending on how brave I feel at the time. I'm not feeling very brave tonight, so I'm going to head over and go to sleep real soon. But I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and if you enjoy the grounded-themed content here on Tiny Pirate Gaming, well then why don't you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because there's going to be a lot more in the future, and I would love for you to be there with me when I make it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and as always...
Arg, matey, watch your step. There be a tiny pirate here.